What's up, Power Veterans? It's me, Lady Vet, with a review of 407 Power Book 2 Ghost. Talk about twists and turns. I Can't Fix This is the title. Everyone messed up, and no one could fix what they messed up. And so everyone tried to fix things their way. They were giving us insanity on a whole other level. Because there were so many insane moments throughout the episode, excuse me if I missed a few. Things are definitely heating up as we move to the last episode. But before we get to it, if you haven't already, subscribe and tap that like button. Now, the last time we saw Diana lying by the trash after a beatdown from Felicia, Tariq came to her rescue, but not soon enough for their baby. Diana woke up in the hospital only to find out that the baby didn't make it, and Tariq was the closest person nearby to take her frustrations out on. Diana told Tariq to get out, but not before he told her that he called Monet and she was on the way. As he was about to leave the hospital, Tariq ran into Monet. He had no answers for her. He told her to go and see Diana for herself. She read his eyes and knew that the baby didn't make it. Tariq told Monet that he was going to do what he promised, and Monet tried to tell him that at this point it's family business and she got it from here. Tariq's response to that was that he no longer worked for her, that it was his baby too, and he was going to do what he had to do. Tariq would have been better off by falling back for a minute and taking Monet's advice. Monet went into Diana's room, telling her not to worry because she was going to put the person in the ground who did this to her. Diana told her that she just wants to go home. Monet asked Diana who did it, and just as Diana was telling her that it was Felicia, here comes Cain, looking at Diana and telling Monet that clearly she don't have control over things. Monet sent Cain back to Noma. Before leaving, Cain told Diana to call him when Monet messed this up. Diana explained that Cain only wanted to help, but Monet is trying to keep Cain away from the Carter mess. She actually is trying to protect Cain. And Davis was working on his sexy when Tariq called him, dead set on getting the addresses of Carter's task force. Davis told Tariq that maybe he could help another way if he knew more. Tariq told him about Diana and wanted him to hurry up with the information. Davis is a busy man. Then Noma sent out a smoke signal telling Davis that she needs him ASAP. Congressman Tate went to identify his brother's body, with Carter looking on from a nearby window. How insane is he? Carter gave his condolences and began to talk about his wife being gunned down. Rashad cut him off, saying that he needs the person who did this to his brother. So he asked Carter, who's the person? Carter began a rant that it's an active investigation and he's not at liberty to. He didn't go any further because Rashad cut him off again, telling him to stop the noise. Rashad told Carter that his brother was killed and he was a cop before, so either he'll talk to him or the press for his answers. Then Carter began to sell Rashad some preliminary bull about the raid on the Russians, and since some got away, they think that it's retaliation. Rashad offered resources, but Carter said that his teams got it, promising Rashad that he would get someone. We know that it won't be Kamal's killer, but wait until Rashad finds out. In my opinion, Michael Ealy played the hell out of his part. He almost convinced me that he would find Kamal's killer. Davis talked to Noma about her troubles and the need to pull another congressman out of a hat. Rashad's number is up. He's there, but he ain't no Wiley Adams. Then Davis handed Noma her documents and reminded her that her contracts are contingent upon U.S. citizenship, something that she doesn't have. Then Noma asked Davis for recommendations, of which he told her to install a U.S. citizen over a company who she trusted and can control. She said, like you? Then Davis reminded Noma that he worked for himself and don't think that she can control him. How insane. Now Noma's got all kinds of problems because she can't control Cain either, whether she know it or not. She should not have killed Obi. He would have helped her with green cards. So Tariq goes to his room to get the strap when Braden wakes up asking how bad did he mess up. Tariq told him that a dirty cop beat up Diana, and Braden wanted to help, but Tariq said no, he got this. Stokely came over, pissed about Braden's antics on stage the night before, and fired Tariq and Braden. He told them that it was a group decision, and Braden's Snow White Diddy moves didn't help. Stokely said they are done. Tariq said, no, you're not, and an altercation was interrupted by Braden, who then sent Stokely on his way. Braden and Tariq argued, then talked about Braden's coke habits, and Braden told Tariq to talk to someone he trusts before killing a cop, since he wouldn't listen to him. Ironically, Braden tells Tariq that he needs to think things through before he mess up their thing further. So Carter gets with his task force asking if they had any leads. Felicia sarcastically says no, and that she's never known Carter to bend over for a crooked politician. Carter's already stressed out, and then he asks her, what did she say? She apologized and said that Kamal brought this on himself, trying to take down the Russians by himself. She continued to say that whoever took him out did them a favor, and now they don't have to tiptoe around him. Nico stood up for Kamal, saying that he was a good cop and no one had the right to gun him down that way. Carter agreed, then told Felicia that they would respect Kamal. Carter continued to say, and if Tate had questions, they would answer him. Nico asked how, when the Russians were scattered after the raid. Nico continued to break down the Russian story, and Felicia said that if that's the case, then they all had targets on their backs. Carter told them, it's on the Russians, and if they don't, Tate will be with the press and they could expect a call from IAB. So they had to get the team together, smoke out the Russians, and end it now. Carter took a much-needed moment for himself when Nico came in to tell him that Roman was about to sing, but they got Drew on the inside with a proposal. Carter looked sick. While on the inside, Drew's thugging it out and looking for Roman. He found him but couldn't do any damage at the time. The guards broke up what may have been and gave Drew a nod. Drew looked disgusted and frustrated because he's got to be there a little longer. Cain came to Noma's with Davis there, asking him if he's making house calls. Davis called Cain a kid and told Noma to look over the options that he proposed. How insane is that? Cain didn't notice Davis's tie loose and Noma in a robe? I'm going with Cain and believing that he's not ready to play his hand yet. When Cain asked, Norma told him that she doesn't explain herself to her employees. Cain said that they both know that he's more than that. Then Cain shifted the conversation to Effie, telling Noma that she wants out. As he began to tell Noma what he thought, Noma asked where was his thinking when he had a pissing contest with Zion. Cain told Noma that she's trying to make him jealous of Davis while she's running around on some cat and mouse host stuff. Cain told her that he's been holding her down since she set foot in his city. Noma thinks that Effie tipped off the raid on the Russians. Kane pleaded Effie's case as not being a snitch. Noma tasked them to find out who is the snitch then, and don't come back until he knows. Meanwhile, Diana's asking about unaliving Felicia when Monet reminds her that she wants out the game and cop killing ain't it. Monet's going to see Carter, but Diana doesn't care about Carter, only killing Felicia for what she did to her. Tariq took Braden's advice and he went to see the only person he trusts, Ma Tasha. Carter and Monet had a meet where she tells him what happened to Diana. Carter is unbothered and tells Monet that she doesn't call shots and they are not to do anything to Felicia, that he'll handle his people his way. Monet texts Diana the Carter conversation. Diana ignored him and set out to find Felicia. Drew called to check on Diana and she told him what happened. Drew offered to help, but Diana didn't want to hear that. She can't kill a cop. Tariq spent time with Yasmin, then told Tasha all that was going on and that he's not Ghost. He can fix whatever problem he's in. And when he gets what he needs from Davis, he's going to make a move. Kane went to Effie with Noma's demands of finding the snitch. Effie told Kane that it wasn't the Russians who snitched, and she doesn't know who it was. She needed a cop's laptop to get information. Braden's taking a little sniff when Kane and Effie pays a visit and asks for help. Braden wants Effie's work in exchange for helping them out. Tariq is eating and still talking to Tasha about the situation. Tasha told Tariq to stop trying to save Diana if she doesn't want to be saved, and that she can't fix this for him, but killing a cop will not help him get back to his family, and to not get caught up with her family trying to help her out. Tasha told Tariq to be smart and strategic. Tariq heard from Davis saying that he has what he needs. Tasha asked Tariq to show her that he can do better than his parents. Carter catches Felicia outside, asking why did she lay hands on Diana. Felicia asked, when did he get so soft on the help? Carter asked her if she was using again. She denied it. Felicia told Carter that she told Diana to take Zion out, and she gave the job to Tariq. Then Carter asked her, how does she know? Felicia showed Carter the camera footage from the safe house, and he kept it, telling her she messed up. Carter sent Felicia home. Diana followed her. Braden, Effie, and Kane went to a cop's house, and his wife Maggie helped a bleeding Braden, while Effie pretended to use the bathroom and hacked their computer. Kane acted as the officer who came to save the day. Nico and Carter broke into a Russian's place. Carter killed and framed him and told Nico to write it up and get forensics on the scene. How insane is Carter to play Nico like that? Nico looked at the guy and questioned Carter, but he pressed Nico to get it done so they can close the case with Tate. Nico looked like, what in the world is going on with Carter? Drew received a note telling him where Roman was. Drew took a page from the Lulu Crown killing, except Drew made it look like he hung himself. Drew went back to his cell to get ready to go home. Dirty Diana got the strap and ghosted her way into Felicia's kitchen. Instead of shooting her, Diana kept talking until Felicia got the best of her, and they fought. Felicia put a bag over Diana's head. Diana pushed her to the floor, and Diana continued her ghost moves by grabbing a pan from the stove and smashed the cop's brains. Now, how insane is it for Diana to call Tariq to the crime scene? Davis called Tariq, but Tariq told him that he was good and didn't need the information. When Tariq switched his call over to Diana, she wanted him to get to her ASAP. Tate is asking Carter if he's sure that the dead body is the man who killed his brother. Carter talked about ballistics again. How insane is it that Tate went for that, especially since he's a former cop? I really hope that Kamal was wearing a wire and Tate finds it in his personal belongings. We really need to speed this up. We're running out of episodes with all the goings on. While Tate was talking, Carter got a text that the Roman problem is fixed, but they need to talk about Diana. Tate told Carter that if he needed anything, his door is open to him. Then Carter walked Tate out to get to his other pressing business. Kane and Effie were at the penthouse going through the police information when Effie told Kane that the cops are dirty and no sign of an informant. Kane looked through the file and saw Felicia's picture. How insane is it that Kane seems to be playing chess? Kane told Effie that he was going to inform Noma of the findings. Effie wanted Kane to know that she would stay over until he was done. I think she missed the part when Kane gave her a forehead kiss and walked out. On the way out, Kane called Monet and left a message that Felicia is with Dirty Carter, and please don't tell him that she's mixed up with all of this. And to think all this time, Monet has been calling Kane dumb. Monet is now home looking around for Diana and finds her gun safe open and the gun gone. Drew's out, and who picks him up? No, not Nico, but the man Carter himself. Drew told Carter that they had a deal and his sister and mom are out. Carter laughed at Drew before telling him that he's in no position to make deals, that he, his mother, and sister can be placed in the cage at any time. Drew got missed calls and voicemails while Carter was talking. Monet left messages about Diana. Carter told Drew that he was sorry about Diana and that it wasn't his call. Drew got a text from Monet that Diana went to handle things herself. Drew had to continue trying to fix things. Tariq made it to Diana and they watched Felicia's kid in bed. Now Diana got more problems and she's asking Tariq what to do. The kid wakes up and calls out for his mother. How insane is it for Diana to comfort him, read a bedtime story, and put him back to bed after she bashed his mother's brains on the floor? She and Tariq look at the kid looking at them. Kane gives Noma the intel. Noma wants to know who put her on the radar, and Effie can continue her duties with the Russians. Then Noma asked Kane if he had more to share or discuss. He said yes, and asked Noma to marry him. She would get citizenship and he would replace Mecca. Kane said no more employee, real partnership is what's up. Noma kissed Kane and took him to bed. Meanwhile, Effie's texting Kane, wanting to know if he's on the way. Yes, Effie missed the forehead kiss. Yet another twist was added. As Effie got ready to go home, her phone buzzed and the name Mom came up. Effie shut it down without answering. How insane is it that Effie and the writers would leave us hanging like that? Effie did not look surprised at all. Diana tucked the kid in and joined Tariq. Diana's feeling away, and Tariq tells her that he can't fix it for her, just as he couldn't fix what happened to his sister. Tariq tried to give Diana lessons on how to revenge better, of which she doesn't need. Tariq wants to be there for Diana now after all that has happened. Then Mom Monet walked in. Monet looks at the body on the floor and tells Diana that she's got to get out of there. Diana tells her about the kid and that he saw them. Monet tells Diana that she'll take care of things, and Diana asks how instead of leaving. Well, it's too late now. Drew enters, and Monet tells Drew to help her with the body. But Drew's not alone. Carter comes in with the strap asking about the kid. Carter aims for Red's head while telling her that she didn't listen to his rules. Monet asked Drew why, what did he do? And he said that he's protecting his family. Carter told her that Drew knows how this works. He told the truth, and they get to keep breathing another day. But Monet gets another chance to tell the truth. Carter asked Monet, why did she put him on the Russians? Carter said, Red, you choose to protect the plug over your kids. What's up, Red? You ain't got nothing cute to say now? Carter asked if anyone had anything cute to say. Carter asked Tariq if he was good too. All mouths were glued tight. Carter said that it doesn't matter because everyone was going down for Felicia's murder. Then Tariq said, unless what? Carter said, that's the Ivy League talking. Carter tasked them to get leverage for him over Noma, and he just might turn the murder into an accident. Told them to get out while he and Drew clean up their mess. On the way out, Carter stopped Tariq and welcomed him to the team. This I Can't Fix This definitely took a page out of the You Can't Fix This from the original Power. I'm speechless. This was a lot. Until the next time, guys, I gotta go.